Welcome back to my channel. I'm Liz of Chicago Law Luxury Makeup. Today we are going to be talking about my favorite products. I'm going to get ready with a full face of my all-time favorite products. Some of these products are from 2020 and some of them are not, but they are my all-time favorite products. I didn't do favorite products within a certain brand. I just did favorite products. So to start with, I've already put on my face my YSL Touche Eclat Blur Primer. This is my favorite primer. There are others that I like. This is my favorite. So it is already down on my face. Next, we're gonna go in, I don't know what to call this. I don't wanna say it's a powder and classify it as my favorite powder, although it is a powder. And this is the Sisley Blur Expert powder. And I put this down after my primer, but underneath my foundation. And it really helps blur out my pores. It does help the foundation stay longer. So I guess in some regards, it is a primer. I use it in that same sense, but it is a powder. I have found that I love this product so much. So we are just going to apply it real quickly. To apply it, I'm using the Chantecaille Buff and Blur Brush. It's a really densely packed brush that is good for buffing in the powder. So we're gonna quickly apply that. I apologize if the lighting or the settings, is a little bit off. I am away from home. So we are doing this not in my normal setting, but I figured if I have to pack all of my makeup, and I'm going to be packing my favorite makeup, it really kind of helped me pick out what was my favorite. Like, what was I willing to pack? What was I willing to pack for a week away, like that I couldn't live without? Because sometimes narrowing it down was not an easy task. So, all right, I do put a little bit extra on my chin just because my chin is the area of my face where my makeup seems to come off the first. And I think that's just because of me. I can't not touch my face. I don't know, I have problems. All right, so now we're gonna go in with foundation. Prior to this year, or beginning of this year, I had a Holy Grail foundation. And it was a foundation that I used every day. I didn't switch up. I only used this one foundation, and that was the Le Beige Healthy Glow foundation, the original version. And then they switched it, and I started trying new foundations. So I didn't want to, I'm mentioning it, but I'm not listing it as my favorite because it's not available anymore, and they changed the formula. So instead, we are going to talk about the Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate Soft Radiance Foundation. This foundation is everything. I love it. It is long wearing. It gives me the right amount of coverage. The appearance on my face, I love the finish of it. That's what I'm trying to say. It's just great. I love it so much. And to apply it, I'm going to use the Marc Jacobs Face 2 brush. It's really a tie between my foundation brushes, but you guys know that, I've been using this one for a while and I love it. It is my favorite. And then I picked up the BK Beauty 101. These two are almost identical. Size-wise, shape-wise, they are so incredibly similar. They're pretty much tied 50-50 as far as if I like them. The BK Beauty 101 is a little bit softer and a little bit looser packed. I think I'm saying that right. The Marc Jacobs is more dense and a little bit firmer. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna pump out about 1.5 pumps on my hand. That's the consistency. So it's actually a little bit thinner than I would normally like, but when you apply it, it's beautiful. Like, it's thin, but it gives you the coverage that you want, or that I want. And I was not expecting that because it is a thinner consistency. But this is definitely a long wearing foundation, and it'll look good all day long. So we are just going to quickly apply this. All right, so I think that that is blended. Now we're gonna go in with concealer. I am gonna talk about two concealers. So the first one is the Sisley Under Eye, or eye concealer with botanical extracts. This is a phenomenal concealer that has skincare benefits in it. It really does help reduce the if you have puffiness or bags. So I love it. I'm gonna put it on underneath my eyes, and then I will blend it out. The only place I use this concealer is underneath my eyes. If I need to spot treat or add some extra concealer anywhere else in my face, my favorite is the Chanel Lay Correcteur. And this is almost empty. This has been a repurchase, and I will repurchase this again once it's over. But for today, I'm just going to put it underneath my eyes. And I don't know why I'm using my finger. I am going to use my favorite concealer brush, which is the Tom Ford foundation brush, and this is brush 2. I really think that this brush is great for blending in the concealer and making it look just flawless. Okay, now we're gonna go in with cream bronzer. And this is the Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate Intensity 2. This is really a contour product. However, I use it more as a cream bronzer. Although I do, I say that and then I go in and contour, but I use just whatever's left on the brush to go in where I would contour, but I don't add any new product. So I just love this product so much. And it's like one of those cult products of Tom Ford that everybody raves about. And I've never been a cream product person, like ever. And I think mainly it's because I don't like the feeling that it leaves on my skin, that sticky, balmy feeling. I don't like that. However, this, you blend it down, you blend it into your skin, and you don't feel that at all. Like, it blends right down into your skin. And I think it just gives a nice little warmth. It gives a nice little warmth to your skin. Sorry, this is really hard to do. I don't have a mirror in front of me today. Like I said, I'm filming in a different spot, and so I don't have a mirror. All right, so next we will go in with powder. And my favorite powder is the Sisley Phyto-Poudre Libre, and this is the loose face powder, and I'm in shade 2 matte. And I'm just going to lightly apply a little bit of powder, and to do so I'll be using my Longwear powder brush. Now we're going to go in with powder bronzer. And you guys know my favorite is Gucci. And this was released this year in 2020. And it might be one of my favorite products of all time that was released this year. I mean, this bronzer is everything. I think it's just so natural and so pretty. I love it. So I'm using shade 3 today. And you can see it just, the glow, I mean the color it gives my skin, so pretty. All right, moving on. Now we have highlighter. This is another product that just was released in 2020 that I love so much, and that is the Pat McGrath Labs highlighter in Champagne Gold. You guys, this is just the best highlighter. I love it. I do have a close second that I'm not going to use because it's not my all-time favorite, but I do want to give a shout out or an honorable mention to the Guerlain Meteorite Pearl Dust Palette. This is also a beautiful, beautiful highlight, and I love it. I love it a lot. But the Pat McGrath, I think, is just a little better, at least for my skin complexion. You know, everyone's skin is different and their coloring is different and the shades of the highlights are different. So you have to kind of take that with a grain of salt. My skin complexion, I really like the Pat McGrath. I think it's beautiful. For blush, I have two in my hand. And as I sit here and I need to apply my favorite, I still don't know which I'm going to pick. So the first one is the Tom Ford Cheek Color in 05 Ravish. I think it's just a very beautiful cheek color. The second is the Chanel Holiday Les Chains de Chanel. This is their illuminating blush powder. I mean, this is just gorgeous. You can see, like, the embossing on that's almost gone because I use it so much. I love it. I love them both. So they're both kind of that darker color, which is what I like. I don't know if I can make a decision, but I am going to use the Tom Ford today, only because that Pat McGrath highlight is a little, I think if I use the illuminating blush on top of that highlight, it would be just a little much. So we're going to go in with the Tom Ford, and I'm going to use my Chanel blush brush. And you can see, I mean, that's like a lot of pigment. Okay, so that is done. I will buff my face out when we're done with everything today. I know that I keep looking away, but it's really hard because I cannot see at all. I see nothing in front of me. So it's kind of hard to see what I'm putting on my face. All right, so next we're going to talk about eyeshadow. There have been so many eyeshadow releases this year on top of other eyeshadow that I already loved. And pretty much for the whole year, if you would ask me what is my favorite eyeshadow, I would have said Tom Ford Nude Dip. That's my color palette. That is what I'm drawn to. I love the cool tone neutrals. I mean, that is what I loved. And then Tom Ford released his Extreme palette this year. And I first saw it and I was just like, yeah, I mean, it's pretty. I like it. I'm going to get it. But it wasn't going to replace Nude Dip. And then I put it on my eyes. And you guys, this Mercurial palette by Tom Ford, their Extreme, is my favorite. It beats out Nude Dip. Every time I apply these colors, my eyes look flawless. They just look good. So this is my favorite eyeshadow. Now, I kind of cheated because I'm going to talk about another palette. So I'm going to say, like, because this is such a, like, my favorite small quad, and then I'm going to talk about my favorite larger quad, and that is the Natasha Denona Glam Palette. If there is anybody watching this who doesn't already own this palette, you need to go get it. This, I mean, these colors are so versatile. I pick this up multiple times a week and use it because I love it so much. It's so easy. The colors are so great. They blend easily and they last all day. They wear so well all day. There's no creasing, there's no fallout. If I put my makeup on at 8 o'clock in the morning, at 8 o'clock at night, it still looks good. So I have to mention the Natasha Denona Glam Palette. But for today's look, I am going to use the Tom Ford Mercurial. I am actually going to apply this off camera simply because I can't see, and eyes is something that you need to be able to see. So I will be back once the makeup is applied. All right, so the eyeshadow is on. And if you were thinking, Liz, you forgot about primer on your eyes, you would be right. So I forgot to mention that my favorite primer or base for my eyes that I use is my favorite is the Chanel Ombre Premier Cream Shadow in Scintillance. This is an 804 Scintillance. Now, it is my favorite only because I haven't found anything else that I like more. So for years, I'm talking 20 years or more, I used the Clinique Eye Base in shade Buff Lightning. It was my favorite. They don't make that shade anymore. So then I found the Chanel because it was a similar in consistency, shade, and I really use it just because I like the color that it kind of gives my eye. And honestly, if I ran out, I could use this color here. It's like a rosy, like a light shimmer pink. I just like that color that it leaves on my eye. But the problem that I have with the Chanel is by the end of it, it really dries out. And I've done everything that they've told me to do, everything. I've used a brush instead of my finger. I have stored it upside down, which is what they recommended, and it still is dry by the end. So I'm wasting a lot of product. So I don't know. I'm still on the hunt for a new eye base. But in the meantime, until I find it, I will continue to use this. So my eyes are on. Now I'm going to go in with my eyeliner. My favorite liquid eyeliner is the Tom Ford Eye Defining Pen. And I love it because it's double-sided. So you've got two sides there. And I just think it makes applying liquid eyeliner seamless. So I'm going to very quickly apply some eyeliner. All right, and easy, so easy. So that is my favorite liquid eyeliner. I don't really have a favorite like kohl pencil yet. I'm playing with a couple, and I just don't know what I like the most right now. So I'm just going to talk about this. Now for mascara. I haven't really found a holy grail mascara either. I'm still looking. Two of my favorites though are the Armani Black Ecstasy and the Tom Ford Badass mascara. So I think today I'm gonna apply the Tom Ford Badass. Is it Badass? Yeah, Badass mascara. And so you can see that the applicator is kind of curved. So I really like it. I don't know. I haven't really found a holy grail mascara that I love so much that I won't use anything else. All right, so now that mascara is on, I like to go in with the Bobbi Brown angled eyeshadow brush, and I go into this highlight color. And I'm just gonna pop that in the middle of my eye. Just a little bit. And then add just a little bit there in the corner. So that is the finished eye look. I love it so much. And let me just kind of walk you through what I did, since I did film it off camera. In my crease, or my outer corner, and blended into the crease was this dark brown color, like purple plum, dark plum. And then all over my eyelid on the bottom, I used this shimmer pink. And then in my crease, I just used a little bit of this cranberry. And then this highlight color I used underneath my brow bone and in my inner corner. And then you just saw, I just very lightly tap it in the center of my eye. So that is it, you guys. I love it so much. Like, it really wasn't hard for me to pick my favorite eyeshadow. It really wasn't, because I love it so much. I mean, there's a lot of eyeshadows that I love, a lot. But if I had to pick a number one, that was easy. All right, so now I think all we have left is lips. You guys, and my favorite lip liner right now is the Chanel Longwear Lip Pencil in Nude Brune. So we're going to apply that. I just think that the color, this color is perfect for my skin complexion. Like, it works perfect with so many colors. Now for lipstick. I'm gonna show you my lipstick. It's not my favorite. However, it's my favorite formula. And this is the Chanel Rouge Cocoa. And this is in shade 402 Adrian. Now, I do love this color, and you can see it has been used. I do love it a lot. But what I love most is this formula. This is a super hydrating lipstick. It doesn't feel like I'm wearing lipstick. And that's a problem I have with a lot of lipsticks, is they're more velvet or matte, and my lips just feel thick or dry, and I don't like that. I really like this formula. Love it. My only issue is I wish that the shade was just a little bit darker. So my favorite shade color, however, is the Charlotte Tilbury, and this is their new color that she came out with for holiday, and it's in shade Super Nude. This is my favorite color, although I prefer the Chanel formula better. So I'm actually going to use the Chanel today. Like, I love it. And it looks really good with this lip liner. It is really, really, really good. Now for lip gloss. This is another easy one, you guys. This is the Chanel Rouge Cocoa Rouge Cocoa Gloss. And this is in shade number 119. And it has a name. It's not on the bottom. It starts with a B, and I cannot pronounce it. So even if I could tell you what it was, I wouldn't be able to pronounce it. But I've repurchased this so many times. These are hands down the best glosses I've ever purchased. I'm going to apply it, even though with this lipstick formula, I don't need a gloss on top of it. But I am going to go ahead and apply it. And it's just perfect. This is the perfect shade. If I had a lipstick in this exact shade, I think I would be really, really happy. All right, guys, and that completes today's look of all of my favorite makeup products of 2020 and me applying them and kind of showing you how I use them. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you haven't already subscribed, I encourage you to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you get notified every time I put up a new video. Additionally, follow me over on Instagram. I'm at ChicagoLaw_luxury makeup. I will link it down below as well. But I am more consistent on Instagram. I mean, I'm there. It's just easier. So I'm on there daily, posting stuff, chatting, doing stories and post about the stuff I'm wearing and all that fun stuff. So please follow me over there. And again, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys have a fabulous rest of your holiday season, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you. I'm back. So I totally forgot to talk about a product, and that is my favorite setting spray, and that is the Airbrush Flawless Powder. To do that, I'm going to buff my face, which I neglected to do, and I use the Sonia G Smooth Buffer almost every single day. I love this brush so much that I got another one for Christmas. So I love it. And then I will spray my face. So this is a great setting spray, especially now that we're wearing masks all the time. This is really good. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. I'd love to hear from you. What are some of your favorite products? I'm always looking to try new stuff, so I would love to hear what you guys are loving. And